$500 a month. That's the number we're talking about today. Not 5,000, not 50,000, $500 monthly. For a lot of Americans, $500 a month feels like a stretch. It feels like money you don't have. It feels like something that requires a higher salary or a different life situation than the one you're currently in. But here's what's true. $500 a month, invested consistently and intelligently over a long enough time period, makes you a millionaire. Not probably, not maybe. Mathematically, definitively. The math doesn't care about your background. It doesn't care about your current income. It doesn't care whether you went to college or grew up wealthy or know anything about finance. It just compounds, month after month, year after year, until one day you look at your account balance and it says a number with 7 figures. Today, we're going to walk through exactly how this works. The math, the mechanics, the specific decisions you need to make, and the mistakes that prevent people from getting there, even when they start with the right intention. The math, making it undeniable. Let's start with the numbers because the numbers are the most important thing. $500 per month invested at a 7% average annual return. 7% is the historical inflation-adjusted average return of a broad market index fund. Not guaranteed, but historically consistent over multi-decade periods. Year 1, you invest $6,000. Returns at roughly $210. Total approximately $6,210. That seems slow. It is slow at first. Year 5, you've invested $30,000. Returns have compounded. Total approximately $35,800. You've made $5,800 in returns you didn't work for. Year 10, you've invested $60,000. Total approximately $86,900. Returns have added $26,900 beyond your contributions. Year 15, you've invested $90,000. Total, approximately $162,000. Returns have added $72,000. Year 20, you've invested $120,000. Total, approximately $260,000. Returns have added $140,000. Year 25, you've invested $150,000. Total, approximately $400,000. Returns have added $250,000. Year 30, you've invested $180,000. Total, approximately $610,000. Year 35, you've invested $210,000. Total, approximately $920,000. Year 36, $1,030,000. 36 years of $500 monthly makes you a millionaire. If you start at 25, you're a millionaire at 61. If you start at 30, you're a millionaire at 66. If you start at 22 right out of college, you're a millionaire at 58. The math is not complicated. The math is just patient. The compounding acceleration that changes everything. Here's the part that surprises people about the math. In year 1, your returns are $210. Tiny. In year 10, your annual returns are roughly $6,100. More than 1 month of contributions coming from investment returns. In year 20, your annual returns are roughly $18,200. More than 3 months of contributions coming from returns. In year 30, your annual returns are roughly $42,700. More than 7 months of contributions are coming from returns. In year 35, your annual returns are roughly $64,400. More than 10 months of contributions are coming from returns. The investment is making more money annually than you are contributing. You're investing $500 monthly, $6,000 annually. The portfolio is generating $64,000 in returns annually. This is the compounding acceleration. The later years are doing most of the work. The money you invested in year 1 has had 35 years to compound. It's working extraordinarily hard. This is why starting early is so critical. Not because the contributions are larger, because the time for compounding is longer. The person who starts at 25 and invests $500 monthly for 36 years becomes a millionaire at 61. The person who waits until 35 and invests $500 monthly becomes a millionaire at 71. same contribution, same return. 10 extra years of waiting cost them 10 years of millionaire status. Time is the asset, not income, not intelligence. Time. Where to invest the $500? The math assumes you're investing correctly. Let's define what correctly means. Not individual stocks, not cryptocurrency, not options trading, not a managed fund with 1.5% expense ratios. Index funds, specifically, broadly diversified, low-cost index funds. Here's why. The average actively managed mutual fund underperforms the market index over 10-year periods roughly 80% of the time. Not sometimes, 80% of the time. And active funds charge fees 1 to 1.5% annually on a $400,000 portfolio. That's $4,000 to $6,000 annually in fees. Over 35 years, those fees compound into hundreds of thousands of dollars lost. An index fund that tracks the total stock market charges roughly 0.03% annually on $400,000. That's $120 per year. The difference between 1% fees and 0.03% fees over 35 years on 500 monthly contributions is approximately $240,000. You lose $240,000 in wealth by choosing a high-fee fund over a low-fee index fund. Use index funds, specifically total stock market index fund or an S&P 500 index fund. Low cost, broadly diversified. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab. Any of these offer excellent options. The specific fund matters less than the principles. Broad diversification, low fees, consistent contribution. Where to hold the investments? This matters as much as what you invest in. Option 1. Your employer's 401k. If your employer matches contributions, this is free money. Contribute at minimum enough to get the full match before anything else. Annual contribution limit, $23,000. Option 2. Individual retirement account. A Roth IRA is particularly powerful for most people starting out. You contribute after-tax money. It grows tax-free. You withdraw in retirement completely tax-free. $500 monthly is $6,000 annually. The Roth IRA limit for 2024 is $7,000. You can max it with your $500 monthly plus a little extra. Over 35 years, the tax-free growth on a Roth IRA creates significantly more wealth than a taxable account because you're not paying taxes on gains along the way. Option 3. Taxable brokerage if you've maxed tax-advantaged accounts. If you've maxed your 401k in Roth IRA, a taxable brokerage account has no contribution limit. Invest there. The ideal order: get employer match in 401k. Max Roth IRA. Put remainder in 401k or taxable. How to actually find $500? Here's the practical question. Where does the $500 come from? For someone earning $50,000 annually, $500 monthly is 12% of gross income. That's aggressive, but achievable. For someone earning $75,000, it's 8%. Very achievable. For someone earning $100,000, it's 6%. Definitely achievable. The key is not finding $500 from thin air. It's restructuring existing spending. Start by tracking every dollar you spend for 1 month. Not to judge yourself, to understand where the money goes. Most people find they're spending on things they don't value at levels they weren't consciously aware of. Dining out, often $100 to $300 monthly for most households. Cutting this in half frees significant capital. Subscriptions. The average American pays roughly $270 monthly in subscriptions. Many are forgotten or underused. Car expense. The car payment plus insurance is often the second largest household expense. Driving a paid-off car instead of financing a new one saves hundreds monthly. Housing. If you're spending more than 30% of gross income on housing, this is the single biggest lever. Not easy to change, but worth examining. For most people, $500 can be found through a combination of reducing dining out, canceling unused subscriptions, and making one significant decision about housing or transportation. The behavior that prevents the math from working. The math is simple. The behavior is hard. Here are the specific behaviors that prevent people from becoming millionaires even when they understand the math. Stopping during market downturns. The market drops 30%. Your portfolio that was worth 100,000 is now worth 70,000. The wrong response. Panic. Sell. Wait until things recover. The right response. Keep investing 500 monthly. You're buying at lower prices. The recovery will be dramatic. The person who stopped investing during the 2008 crisis missed one of the greatest recovery rallies in market history. The person who kept investing bought at the lowest prices and benefited most from the recovery. Rating the investment account for non-emergencies. You've saved $20,000 in your investment account. Your car breaks down. Instead of using the emergency fund, you pull from investments. The $20,000 withdrawal costs you not just $20,000, it costs you everything. That $20,000 would have grown into potentially $200,000 30 years from now. Investment accounts are not savings accounts. They're long-term vehicles. Treat them that way. Increasing contributions by less than income increases. You get a raise. Your income goes up. You don't increase your monthly investment. Your lifestyle inflates. Instead, the right move. Every time income increases, increase your monthly investment by at least half the raise amount. Keep some, save the rest. Trying to time the market. Waiting for the market to recover before investing. Waiting for interest rates to stabilize. Waiting for the election to be over. The evidence on market timing is unambiguous. It destroys returns. The people who try to time the market consistently underperform the people who invest consistently regardless of conditions. Invest every month, not when it feels right. Every month. The specific timeline for different starting points. Let's make this concrete for different situations. If you're 22 and starting now, 500 monthly, 7% return. Millionaire by 58, with 36 years ahead of millionaire status. If you're 30 and starting now, 500 monthly, millionaire by 66, still before full retirement age. If you're 40 and starting now, 500 monthly, millionaire by 76. This takes longer. If you're 40, you need to invest more than 500 monthly to hit 1 million by traditional retirement age. If you're 40, you need roughly 1,200 monthly to hit 1 million by 65. The message is not that it's too late if you're 40. The message is that starting early is worth far more than starting with more money later. $500 a month. It's not a life-changing amount of money today, but invested over decades in low-cost index funds, inside tax-advantaged accounts, with consistent contributions through market volatility, it becomes life-changing. $1 million. Built not through high income or clever trading or special knowledge. Built through consistency, through patience, through understanding that time is the asset and that the math rewards those who start early and stay the course. If you're young and just starting, 500 monthly is your path to wealth. Start today, not next month, not after you pay off the car. Today. If you're older and behind, increase the amount or extend the timeline. The math still works. It just requires more aggressive action. If you're anywhere in between, understand that every month you delay is a month of compounding you don't get back. The $500 monthly isn't the hard part. The hard part is believing it actually works before you see the proof. Trust the math. The math has been working for every investor who stayed the course for the last 100 years. It will work for you too.